Hello everyone and welcome to another video of scalping strategies. Nowadays, everyone is talking about that hype of AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT especially on top of that. Even we've heard some of the biggest industries, some of the well-known people, the celebrities like Elon Musk himself were going against how fast the AI is growing, and they said anything more stronger than GPT-4 must be stopped, at least for 6 months, so we can figure it out where we're going and where we are at. So, but here today, here and now, I want to show you how I asked ChatGPT to show me the fastest way to turn $100 to 10K, but it surprised me because it showed me higher numbers, which I'm going to talk about later on in this video, and I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff in short. So don't go anywhere, sit tight, we're going to have a lot to discover. If your whole life is spending a lot of your time on the web, just like me, so you know what I'm talking about. A while ago, I was using ChatGPT for some of my researches, even sometimes I ask it to help me out to create content for you guys, because these came to help us, make things work better and easier. So I asked ChatGPT, and guess what? Because ChatGPT is not always precise, you have to be so careful and you have to be precise with it, so it's gonna give you the closest answer that you want. So it came up with the ideas how I can do that, with general ideas how I can be a successful trader. But after a while of struggling with it, I could came up with this trading strategy, which is not exactly what ChatGPT told me in the first place. So I had to optimize it myself because, again, ChatGPT is not always so precise. So it's not one of those decoding or coding style or new indicator. It's not anything out of ordinary. This is all about the things which I talked about previously, but there is only one thing which I'm going to talk about just before the end of the video, in the middle of it, which is added to this trading strategy. So let's dive right into it and see how it works. In order to do that, first, just like always, I need something to show me what the trend is, because again, we know trend is our friend and we should not and we cannot go against it because we don't have the power or the money. Even if you are a billionaire and you want to inject some money and do some market making stuff, you can only affect the market for some couple of candles, especially in higher time frames, which I don't want to go into details right now. So long story short, trend is your friend. How we can determine it? Of course, one of the best ways to make sure what the trend direction is using moving averages, which I talked a lot previously, made dedicated sessions about those. Okay, the first indicator we're going to need to do this is the moderate ribbon indicator. So I'm going to search for moderate. Previously I made a completely dedicated session and video about it. Don't worry, you can check that out too if you're familiar with this type of moving average trading indicators, so you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, I highly recommend to go and check that video too, but I'm going to point out everything needed here quickly. So how to determine the trend? It's really easy, simple rule of moving averages. If I zoom out, by the way, I'm on a 3-minute time frame of Ethereum to USDT. You can use it from 3 minutes up to any more time frame that you want. The higher the time frame is, the more accurate it becomes. So if all of them are in green, especially all of them, more than 50% of them, more than 60% of them are in green, and the price is above it, considered as a uptrend, and vice versa. If you can see the opposite, it's considered a downtrend. And then but we cannot only trade with this one, so what I need to add on the chart is another indicator, which is RSI. If you don't know how to work with RSI, what is it made of, or what is the whole concept, don't worry. Again, previously I made completely dedicated session about this too. You can check the link down in the description if you're new to trading. So I've talked a lot about this beforehand. You can check that video too. So long story short, if the price is above the ribbons, above the moving averages, so it's considered an uptrend, and the second rule is to check down here. So we have the 70 and 30 levels, but what I want to do here is to change the values to 60 and 40 to give me more signals, because I'm going to eliminate most of the wrong signals by using the third indicator, which I'm going to talk about just in short. But long story short, so if I just only want to use these two indicators, first I have to check where the trend is, what the trend is. So it's an uptrend, for example, here, and I must wait for a strong candle to make all of them in green, for example, in this case here. Then I have to check that the RSI must give me a golden cross, which did here. If you don't know what the golden cross is, death cross is, check those videos from before down in the description. Again, I don't want to bother you anymore with just mentioning that. So I'm going to enter long trade right at this point, and how to set a stop loss and target points in this strategy is going to be 2 to 1 to risk to reward ratio, but I'm going to talk about that after I'm going to talk about the third indicator. But just long story short, it's going to be something like this, and it was a profitable trade. But it's going to give us a lot of false signals, especially when the price is going sideways, somewhere like here, which we're going to use the third indicator, which is on a hype nowadays. If you go to YouTube or to Google and search for machine learning techniques and indicators or systems, there's going to be like tons of videos and links coming up for you. Even I myself made a completely dedicated video about those, how those works, what are the different types of them, which I'm going to leave the link above here for you, and you can can again check that down in the description too. But let's waste no more time and search for it. The indicator is machine learning, KNN. So I want this one. You can use any of those, but I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm gonna make it favorite, bring it on the chart, and you don't need to change anything about that. And it's only give you the good points of entry for your trade. So first, you must determine the trend, where the trend is. And so let's go back here. It was we considered it as an uptrend. Next, we wait for a signal, a buy signal, which are these blue ones. Okay, it gave me a blue signal here, but it was not quite as strong candle. I wait for the next one. So I don't pay attention. It's a good thing to talk about. I don't pay attention to the sell signals because the price is above the ribbons, so I'm not allowed to go short. I'm only looking for opportunities for long trade, and vice versa. Here, I shouldn't take this trade at this point, at this candle, because the price was still below the ribbons, so I couldn't take a long trade. But here, after the stabilization of the price and a beautiful pullback to the EMAs, at this point, I see that I have a good indication and a good signal from KNN machine learning indicator. And then when I check the RSI down here, it shouldn't just be in the overbought territory, which is this 60 line above here, which is not. So I am good to go for a trade, which we took a trade and demonstrated it, and it was a successful trade. Another one happened here. So I checked that it was a buy signal. The candle is healthy. By healthy, I mean it's not a doji like the one before it. And I have a buy signal from KNN. I check it down here, and I can see that I'm not in the overbought territory, so I can go just long like that. Put my stop loss on the recent swing low. And now how to set the take profit. It's a good time to talk about that. So in this trading strategy, your stop loss should be always below the latest swing low. But right at the moment that you're going to take the trade, put a horizontal line here. If you're trading on Bybit, which I highly recommend to do that because of lots of reasons, especially for scalpers with really low fees, because you don't want to just in the end of the day calculate your account and see you paid a lot. Let's say most of the money you made for fees. So you want a reliable, scalping friendly platform, which Bybit is providing you the thing that you want. But how to trade here and secure your trades as much as you can, make them as efficient as possible. So you're going, as we know, the risk to reward ratio for this trading strategy is 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So it's going to be somewhere around here. But what you really need to do is when you enter the trade, so you determine that it was an uptrend, you have all the indications, you have the buy signal, you check the RSI, you're good to go. Really beautiful. Now you're in the trade and you have to wait for the price to go at least the first quarter. So it's 2-to-1 to risk to reward ratio. After the moment it passes the point of 0.5, it's going to be here. Yeah, a quarter way of your whole trade, 0.5. You're going to trail your stop loss and put it on your entry level and slightly above it, just in case, because if you're going to put it exactly on the entry point, if the price going against you and it hits your stop loss, it's going to, again, there's going to be some deductions in the price and you're going to have some losses, which are not a lot, but after like 100 of trades, they are noticeable. So I highly recommend to put it a little bit slightly above it, just that much is enough, and it's not even noticeable. And then you're good to go, and it's going to be 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. In this case, even if the price is going against you, you're going to make you won't be losing any money. And because it's a 3-minute time frame, it's going to give you a lot of signals. Let's see another example here. Let's see if it worked for a short trade. So we had a short signal here at this candle. Let's see if we could take this trade or not. If we check this candle and check it down below, it reached our oversold territory. So if you are not allowed to take this trade, let's go for next example. This one is beautiful. So you can see we had a short signal from KNN. The price went below the ribbon and it turned all the lines into red. I checked down below. I'm good to go. I'm not in the oversold territory. I'm going to enter a short trade right at this point. My latest swing high was here, so I'm going to put my stop loss here or slightly above it and set my target point 1-to-2 to risk to reward ratio, which is here. But what I really want to do is to set that, my stop loss is here. So when the price moves into my favor after 0.5 risk to reward ratio like this, I'm going to remove my, or let's say trail my stop loss and put it on my entry point slightly below it in the case of the short trade. And then I wait for the price to hit my target. And that was another beautiful trade. And that's how it works. And the good thing about KNN is that it's not a repainting, but you must wait for candle closes. So this is how it works. It's really beautiful. So I checked it out for 100 trades. You can do your own back testing or just give it a try on the live market, just demo trading. Don't bring your money in. Maybe I'm trying to fool you, huh? Who knows? So you have to try it for yourself. But without any money, or even if you did your back testing enough, at least 100 of them, and you want to start right away, start with no leverages at all, or at least with really low volume and low leverages. So if you don't know how to position size and do your risk management, money management system, guess what? Completely dedicated sessions about those. Links down in the description. Enjoy it. All for free. So let's say get back to the thing I told you in the beginning of the video. So I'm going to have $100. The winning ratio of the system, which I came up with, is 71 out of 100 trades. 71 of them were wins and the rest were loses. So the risk to reward ratio, as we know, is 2 to 1. And of course, we want to check it in 100 trades, which we can make them in a couple of days, maybe a week or two or so, because it's 3 minutes time frame. It's going to give you a high-paced trading and scalping opportunities. The leverage I'm using is a fixed leverage of 10x, but if you want to know how to properly set your, this is only specifically for this trading strategy because it's a low time frame and it allows me to increase my leverage in this trading. But if you cannot only go with fixed leverages or fixed position sizing in all the trades, all the strategies. Check my previous videos. I talked about those a lot. So I'm trading on Bybit. Let's run the strategy. I asked ChatGPT to bring me up, show me a system to make $100 into 10K. But as you can see, you can make 61K plus 61K with that. Of course, these are some demonstrations and these are average numbers, but you can see you can make a lot more than that with proper risk management. As I told you before, please let me know what you think. If you tried it before, or if you want to try it, or if you give it a try, and please come back to the channel if you optimize it yourself, because I've seen a similar strategies like this on other channels, but I optimize it my way. This is the way I optimized it, and I'm pretty confident that no one has talked about this the way I talk about this right now. So if you optimize it or you're completely against it, just tell me why down in the comments. Share your ideas with our small community on YouTube, and that's going to be really appreciated, I'm sure, of course, from my side and lots of other traders out there. Did you like this video? If you really like it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. But turn on the notification bell. You're going to be the first to be informed when I'm uploading a new video, which I'm doing on a daily basis. And please share my videos with your friends who are keen to know all about this unknown world of trading, especially about cryptocurrencies. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.